Ahoy, I'm Comic Book Hunter, also known as just Hunter.
I'm I'm me.
Yeah, I guess we
I'm the
don't have an
guy.
intro plan.
How do I do how do I do this again?
Well, you're back.
It's been so long.
It's been 7 years, man.
Temporarily, so
You
I should
sound
probably say that right off the bat that I've accepted a job position that's going to take up about 6 weeks of my Fridays. So know me for a month and a half.
oh, what else is new?
You're gonna have to get Sean on again.
Yeah, maybe
Come on, leave me alone.
Mark Wade really
You know,
scared you off.
what was your like reason the first week that I was gone?
I can't even remember. It was probably a
That was a
joke.
long pause.
Yeah, no, I was
I know,
trying to think.
yeah, I know you definitely, I know you definitely gave a joke, but it was so much lighter than the actual reason.
Well, I don't know, man. Like,
Uh,
we had Mark Wade on, we interviewed him, and
yeah.
then you and Tyler disappeared.
Well, I don't know about Tyler. I barely know the guy. I know about me though.
Well, Tyler hasn't been on since, and reasoning being unknown. However, JD's not on this week, and his reasoning is because he accepted a construction job in Australia. So if you hear banging, he's currently
I
working.
actually already forgot to like begin muting. Yeah, there's gonna be some.
There it is. Yeah, so Harper just muted his mic. So JD is currently creating. Harper lives in a shack at the moment, but soon it's going to be like kind of like a castle, and JD is working on that right now. If you're on YouTube, the room that Harper's in, that's
Still
actually
going.
his entire house. But he decided I should probably get a kitchen, so he hired JD to do
Have
it.
you guys seen Room with Brie Larson? It's like that. I actually haven't seen that movie, so that movie might be really bad. Is it really bad?
I haven't
I'm
seen. I
guessing.
was gonna say I've never seen it, but is JD Brie Larson?
I don't know, but she gets abducted or something, right? So it's probably not a good example.
I don't remember. I don't remember. I have never seen it, so
I've never seen it. No. We should do that for the show. Watch
watches the
Depressing
room.
Room.
Okay, I'll watch
not
the
no,
room.
not the Room.
Is,
The
is
Room
it
is Tommy Wiseau.
oh yeah, just room. Is it just called the room?
Yeah, it's
All
just
right.
Room, I think.
We'll have a YouTube video out soon of just us talking about a movie that came out in like 2011 or something.
It was so funny before we fuck that banging is really going. Before we started, we were having like a podcast worthy conversation, and then we started, and it's been off the rails like
Yeah,
for
we're talking
3
about Brie
minutes.
Larson. So yeah, that's where JD is. For those who want to skip ahead, this week's comic is Iron Man. Iron Man 12. Not much came out this week. Rorschach came out, which I didn't get a chance to read yet, and I'm sure a few other books came out, but been a busy guy, so I
I
haven't had a
skimmed
chance to read.
Rorschach.
Oh, okay. So we can maybe talk a little bit about Rorschach, but Iron Man's kind of the only comic. There's a little bit of news, but other than that, we'll just find out what Harper's been up to for the past 7 years. Did you always have a beard? I don't even remember.
No, I'm usually bald and baby faced.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
like
So,
I'm like Neo when he comes out of the pod in the first Matrix.
and now you're like Neo in Matrix 4.
Oh my god, I am too. Oh, that
Yeah.
was a trailer that came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
not a
interesting.
superhero movie, but yeah, it was a trailer. So yeah, we'll start with the news of the week. News being, I kind of want. So there's the big news, but I kind of want to start with a funny one. Venom is short.
Yeah, it's very short.
It's about an hour, not just under an hour and a half. About an hour and a half with credits. So about an hour 20 minutes of actual movie. It's very short for a movie. And yeah, what do you think, man?
I said to you earlier, it's either one of two ways. It's either they have a really tight, efficient script and they went, this is focused, this is narratively sound, we don't want to fuck around with it. This is the movie we wanted to make, and that's it. Or they literally couldn't come up with an hour and a half's worth of content for Venom 2, and this is all they got because they already did this movie in the last movie where Venom fought a bigger Venom. That's it.
It's Venom versus a bigger Venom again. So we're getting the same movie again, I guess.
It also looks pretty much the same too. I mean, it looks exactly the same but red.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get a lot of scenes of Eddie and Venom telling Eddie to eat things that Eddie doesn't want to eat, like the first movie. And we're gonna get a lot of like, God, this thing's in my head, and like
Just
disagreement.
more lobsters, just an extreme. Why are the lights on my fucking microphone green now? I didn't do that.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Apologize for we apologize for the banging of JD if that gets
I'm trying my best, but great timing. Come
on, JD.
Yeah, come on, man.
So during the red carpet for Venom Let There Be Carnage for the premiere, Tom Hardy was asked if he will ever fight Spider-Man, and people were I think the interviewer was saying something like, "Oh, there's a multiverse, so you might not be in the MCU, but you can still maybe fight Spider-Verse." Tom Hardy had something to say about that, which I quoted to Harper earlier, so I'm going to say it again. I don't know why I had to say this twice here, but he said, "There's a Venomverse, there's a Spider-Verse. There's multiverses. There are all kinds of canon lore and mythology to explore, both literally and forward in time. I think with the right people and the right planning, the feedback from the audience and understanding is about making the right choices at the right time. Even with the foresight of understanding where things may go already or wish to go, it's a combination of all those in alchemy of what it will be." And the interviewer's like, "Okay, thank you."
Nothing. Yeah, he said nothing at all.
What does that mean?
All that time. Yeah, what does that mean? Like, what are you actually saying? Here's what he said. Maybe. Maybe we'll cross over. Probably. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, people are taking the quote of him saying the right people and planning, being like, "Oh, you're hinting at something. You're hinting that you're going to fight Spider-Man."
Or he's not. Like, he literally just doesn't know what to say. I have no idea. They could really go either way.
He just starts saying words there.
Just said nothing.
Let's see. I am seeing Venom Let There Be Carnage 2 weeks as of this recording.
Why?
I got my tickets. It's funny. I think I said this last week, or I told JD this. I don't know if it was recorded or not, but I usually buy superhero movie tickets like right when they go on sale. Like my phone gives me a notification. And for Venom Let There Be Carnage, I got the notification, but I didn't buy tickets till like a day later. And I was the first person to buy tickets for the 7 o'clock showing.
I was about to say rookie mistake. What the fuck is that? JD's gunning down people in the room next door, I think.
JD. Oh no. Someone
what a fucking return to the podcast. I'm just here and the Titanic is fucking going down behind me.
That is
fucking hell.
This was strange timing.
Yeah, it was. It was almost better before when we were talking. We're like, we'll wait it out.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have waited.
At the start of this, kind of at the start of the week, we got a Hawkeye trailer, which we haven't talked about yet.
Yes.
It looks good. I can't tell what time it takes place, like what season it takes place in, what holiday.
You're being a smart ass. Okay.
Yeah. Very much Christmassy. They really want us to know that it's a Christmas movie.
It's Die Hard with arrows.
Basically, yeah. We got a lot of Fraction references too, like Clint falling out of the building.
Oh, I'm a teacher. I understand fractions.
Oh, really? Can you explain to me?
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna mute.
I
sound. Sorry. No.
Good excuse. Yeah, that's what I say when someone says, "Can you describe fractions?" Like, oh man, there's this Italian guy in the back. He's kind of loud.
I profusely apologize, but the entire house is shaking right now. I don't know what to do. They're going. This is unlistenable. I'm so sorry.
This isn't gonna be released on like Spotify.
Oh, this is
kind of funny though. At least it's like now where it's just me and you making jokes about Venom and not like Mark Waid on.
Oh my god, no, it wouldn't have happened. I would have had to be like, no, we're not doing that. Although this came as a surprise too, so Jesus Christ. How do I fucking compete against that?
It's kind of fun.
What am I supposed to do? I wonder how bad it's gonna show up in the final thing. Probably pretty fucking bad.
Well, I could hear the audio that everyone listens to, and it's actually really funny.
That's not good. That's bad.
Before we started, I'm like, "You ready to go?" And Harper's like, "Yeah, let's do it." I'm like, I hear like hammering in the background, and you're just like, "Oh yeah, let's wait 10 minutes."
I was like,
for like 35 minutes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we had a much better podcast before this one.
Anyways, we got this. What's new? Hawkeye trailer.
All right. Hawkeye trailer, good stuff.
Kate Bishop's
oh, she's dressing as Ronin. That was cool. I liked that.
Yeah, I like that too. I wonder because Echo was the first Ronin in the comics, and she's going to be in this. I wonder if we'll
Yeah,
see
I'm.
her as Ronan.
Oh, maybe all three will be Ronin team up.
Ooh.
It. Okay, team up.
Ooh.
It. Okay, make the call now. You know how JD had his like, oh, Joker's never going to happen, and that went spectacularly.
Mhm.
Do you think Kingpin is going to be in this show?
I think yes, because the actor who plays him has liked
He loves,
about 30 tweets.
he loves to mouth off Vincent D'Onofrio, doesn't he? He
Yeah.
just like,
He's liked about
I'm in
30
the show.
tweets saying, excited to see you in Hawkeye since the trailer came
It's just
out.
like, fuck, yeah, like, man, come on. If
30
he is, that
tweets.
is brilliant.
And he liked a
And
tweet
also,
of someone sending him a picture of a Lego Wilson Fisk saying, hey, look, it's Lego Wilson Fisk. And he replied, very cool. And I thought that was funny.
thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Just radiates that energy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Do you think he's going to be in it?
Well, like now that you've told me that, yes.
That's the only reason I think he's going to be in it, because of that.
I look, yes, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? It makes sense. And
Mhm.
it, like, if you're gonna bring a big villain into this, just fucking do him again. He rocks.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
you're in New York too, so
I was thinking, like, when was it? This morning, driving back from the train station, I thought about Kingpin, and I was like, Kingpin in the Netflix universe is not very comic booky Kingpin, but I think you will never do a better adaptation of that character.
why do you think he's comic booky?
His personality is way different. He's like
Oh, I guess, yeah.
he's more he's like insecure trying to make his way. I mean, you know, by season 3 he's kind of getting there, but even then he's like he's
He's
clearly
shy.
he's shy.
Vanessa,
Yeah, he's
I've been
like
meaning to give you
socially
this.
not socially inept or anything. He's like socially awkward. He's clearly like nervous. He's unsure of himself.
Mhm.
And when he comes to confrontation, he's fighting like not just because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you because my fat is actually muscle. He's like, I wanted to make this city something greater than it was. You know, he really
Yeah.
believes what he's doing. Whereas comic book Kingpin does have that. And I would especially say, you know, that kind of Return of the King, Brubaker kind of era Kingpin gets very
There's
deep, very complex.
yeah, but
But
Carl Kingpin's also like, it's not about the money, Spider-Man.
yeah, he's also just like, I'm gonna beat up Daredevil because I want to. It's like, yeah, yeah. Like he grudge matches. That I mean, modern Kingpin, Mayor Kingpin, has just been a grudge match guy, and then
Yeah.
Zdarsky has made him more, you know, like he's made him the TV show one pretty much.
Yeah, where he has feelings.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Where he's like, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of being a kingpin of crime. Oh,
I
how
hate
much how well I Wilson Fisk. Just awful.
But it's good though. It's good that you're giving him character. He's not
Yeah,
big bald
I
guy
don't
that punches Spider-Man.
I don't think you could do better than what they've done with Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. Like I think he's a cut above comic book Kingpin in the
Yeah.
same way that I feel in the same way I feel Bullseye is in that TV show.
Yeah, they made Bullseye a character
Just
instead of guy
far
throws pencils.
far more complex. That
Yeah.
show is never gonna get topped or paralleled.
No, everything those villains say is good, even in the scenes where it's genuine. When
Yeah,
he proposes to Vanessa before getting arrested,
oh my
he's trying to
God,
rush,
yes.
and he's like,
Yeah.
I've been meaning to give you this, Vanessa.
I love his speech about oh my God, I'm gonna fucking mess up the name. What is it? The Righteous Man? Is that it? Not the Righteous
Maybe.
Man. That's Sam Jackson in fucking Pulp Fiction or whatever. What is it? You know the quote he has, like he gives a big long speech in the back of the van about like the guy who thought he was doing the right thing and then he found that his path was forged with ill intent. You know that
Oh
one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like shit like that. I'm like, you comic book Kingpin's not saying that. He's just being like, how come I'm not getting the funds from the Lady Idris or whatever the fucking old lady Kingpin's name is?
Yeah. Comic book Kingpin's more of the guy who
Kingsman? Comic book Kingsman?
Kingsman was a comic book, was it not?
Yeah, of course it was a comic.
Yeah.
You're talking about Kingpin.
I know.
You went comics Kingspin, and then you went Kingsman.
Like comic book
This is off the
Kingpin could
rails.
still be tragic. You know that Mark
Yes.
Waid issue where he like goes outside the US and like finds a woman and falls in love, and then they just like kill his family.
Is that not in? Is that not Brewbakers? I
Oh,
thought that
maybe it
was
is
Return of the
Brubaker's.
King.
No, that
Doesn't he
is
go to
it's the end of
Japan and
Brubaker's.
falls
Yeah,
in? Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah,
Return of the King. And then he rocks back up in New York and he's like, "I've lost more than you could ever know." Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. That's
That's
good shit.
like that's a good character for Kingman. That was before the show as well. It was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Of course, it was because the
Mm.
Charles Soule, sorry,
Mm.
started at the same time the show did.
Technically, the
That's weird to
end
think
of
about.
Wade's did. It was like because they asked Wade near the end if
Yeah,
they could
well,
have
Wade's
Kingpin
second
in.
one started in 2014 and the show came out in 2015, so it probably did. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
maybe
I
an
think I
after
saw an
effect.
interview, not our interview, which is available now, but there's a Mark Waid interview where he does mention that he
Been
had to
available for a while.
the Marvel editorial asked him to use Kingpin at the end because Kingpin was going to be the villain of season 1 of the show.
Oh, interesting.
But he was okay with that. He's like, yeah, I haven't used Kingpin yet, so I'll do
He
it.
was cool in that too, right at the
Mhm.
end. His little diamond little thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
sick.
essentially. And
Beats the
Daredevil's
shit
like,
out of
you
him.
can, I'll be your dog. Oh yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of Daredevil, I managed to pick up Daredevil slash Black Widow Abattoir, which is a how many pages? 64 page, one shot graphic novel written by Jim Starlin, art by I'll find out in a sec once I open the package and remember. It was only printed once, and because it was only printed once, it's very expensive to try and track down a physical copy. Some of them sell for over $100 to $250. I managed to find a guy in Australia who was selling it for 25 bucks. And I don't think he realized how much of a gold mine he was sitting on. And then he express posted it to me. So I'm going to
He's opening it
open it
now.
up and see if it's not absolute garbage. Like, what if it's like ripped to shit? Look how he's packaged it, though. It's in bubble wrap
Yeah.
with cardboard.
That's okay. Respect.
Killing it. See, this is generally you edit unboxing, so you don't have to go through all this.
Yep.
But hey, at least there's not hammers in the background.
Yeah, it stopped. JD's
All
taking
right.
a breather.
What if it was JD? Like, what if you opened the door? I was like, can you even be here right now? Oh my God. Speaking of, while I'm unboxing this, I went to order tickets for Shang-Chi on Wednesday, and then we went into another lockdown. I was like, fuck, it was so close.
Sucks.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh God, he's
Hopefully you're out
packaged
by
this
the time Venom Let There Be Carnage up.
That is definitely going to be
What
a
if
streaming
like
service one. He fits on a streaming
there's like
service.
a statewide emergency announcement for COVID, and like whoever's running Australia comes on, and he's just like, all right.
Speaking of whoever's running Australia, did you see Joe Biden forget our prime minister's name?
No.
Holy shit. They did like a big press conference together. It was for some military.
That's
It was
funny.
about like those military submarine, whatever the fuck. And Joe Biden's just like, that Australian fella down under, Mr. Prime Minister. And it's like, oh, Joe. Joe.
What if your
on,
prime
man.
minister came on screen being like talking about lockdowns and everything? It's like, we're in lockdown right now, everyone, but on October 1st.
Why does he sound like that?
I don't know. What does he sound like? Give me your impression real quick.
G'day guys. This is Scott
Okay, got it.
Morrison
Got it.
here.
Okay, good day, everyone. I know we're in lockdown right now. I'm very sorry to say that, but for one
So
day on
far off.
October 1st, there's going to be carnage. Theaters are open just for this one day
Oh
for Let
my-
There Be Carnage. You can only see that on
I
Let There
would
Be Carnage.
cry. He's like, I'm opening up the country so you guys can see it because the movie is so short that it's unlikely you'll even catch COVID. Holy shit!
When he says
dude.
it by saying Let There Be Carnage.
Look how look at the
Ooh.
corners and everything.
It came
Bruh.
good.
This dude, that's the artist, Joe Chiodo. Chiodo, that's how it is. Chiodo. Chiodo.
Chiodo. Okay.
Unless you would say like Chiodo, Chidodo,
Joe Mama.
Joe Mummer. Hey, it's Joe Mummer. That is what you would say. Wow, I can't believe that dude got fucking ripped off. I'm so sorry. If that guy ever hears this podcast, I'm sorry,
He's
dude.
like a fan of the show.
Holy shit, I fucking lucked out with that. That is amazing.
That actually looks
I
really
was
good.
kind of expecting to get it and like the corners to be fucked up.
That's a good cover too.
I don't know if it's even been read. Interesting. Cool. All right. Well, That was a podcast unboxing. You know what podcasts are famous for? Unboxing things because it's such a visual medium. Sick. Excellent. Okay.
Well,
Anyway,
congratulations.
that's a horror Daredevil book. That's fucking
And that's our thoughts on the Hawkeye trailer.
yeah, that's all trailer. God.
Can't wait for Kate.
I really am back, aren't I? Like this is the most me this could be.
Jimmy Fallon is a man who lives in either America or Norway, and he has a podcast, I believe. And Andrew Garfield was on it.
America or Norway?
I don't know. But Andrew Garfield was on it. I'm sure everyone knows who Jimmy Fallon is. Hey Jimmy. So Andrew Garfield was on it, and they were asking him on No Way Home, like he does in every single time he's trying to promote his other work. Hey guys, I do other things. It's like, what about Spider-Man? He said that 4K video that was leaked was Photoshop.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrew, sounds good.
Yeah.
He also, so something that, because that interview, they actually talked about Spider-Man for like 4 minutes. Not a lot of people are talking about the whole conversation, but he said he's not in No Way Home, but then he also said he's read the script for No Way Home and he's not in it. It's like,
is that
okay,
what he said exactly?
not exact, but he basically said that you read the script and he's not in it.
Oh, yeah. He also keeps doing this thing where he goes, if I'm in it, I don't know about it. I'm like, what does that mean?
It's like, why
they're
would
not going to CGI the entirety of Andrew Garfield? You would know if they're going to use your likeness, dude.
It's also like, why would you read a script for something that you're not in?
Oh, guys, just give me the script for this massive MCU movie that's full of spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not in it. Okay. Well, I'll just read it anyways.
I just really thought it was funny. He's like, I've seen the photo, like, because initially he went, oh, what are you talking about, Jimmy? What are you talking about? And then he went, okay, I will say I've seen the photo and it's photoshopped. And everyone on the internet collectively went, yeah, but Andrew, there's a 4K video. Like, we're past the photo. The photo was weeks ago. We're up to the 4K video that's everywhere now.
Or you're clearly breathing in it and it looks like you said,
yeah,
so there's no way back or something like that. Like,
do you know what he says?
moving.
I saw someone type like what he says. And when you line up his lips, I'm like, oh, that totally is it. And it might not be. I could be wrong. It looks way closer than there's no way back. It looks like he's looking at Tobey Maguire because you see the hands and he goes, so it's like web blood because he's talking about his organic webs.
Yeah.
And if you watch that line up, I'm like, that is totally what he's saying. And it looks like he's going, so it's like web blood, and then looking over to the left, I imagine that's Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
And they're like grossed out by him.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is that? It's like, okay, dude, you might have had the best Uncle Ben, but that's fucking weird.
I prefer Amazing Spider-Man Uncle Ben.
Okay. I actually do too. But
really?
I was just gonna
okay.
yeah, I actually do too. But okay.
Toby's Uncle Ben's great.
Okay. Just hear me out first. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Really? More than 2?
Oh, I love the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Like straight up.
I did too.
I really love that movie.
I think because people hate on Andrew's Peter, and I get it's not very accurate. He's skateboarding around and stuff.
Oh, he's the best.
But I find he's relatable to who Peter Parker is supposed to be, this awkward guy. The scene when he's on the balcony of Gwen and he's like deciding if he should, like, he wants to tell her that he's Spider-Man, but he's like, I can't. He's like giggling and he's like hesitating and he's like looking away. He's not making eye contact.
Very socially awkward.
That's like what someone who's like socially awkward would be like.
Yeah.
Like it's also, your best friend and you have a secret.
Like, people bring up the skateboarding thing, but like skateboarding was the peak of sport. It was the highest grossing sports entertainment thing ever in like 1999 to like 2002. And that movie came out in like what, 2012? Like skateboarding wasn't the world's premiere thing. So him skateboarding in a junkyard, yeah, I mean that is like a I don't know how he was pulling off those moves because like Tony Hawk himself and Bob Burnquist couldn't do that shit. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Could have.
No, they could. No, I watched a video. Like there's one where he jumps off a ledge that is so far, maintains contact with the board and lands. And I think it might have even been Tony Hawk reacting to like videos of skateboarding.
Whoa.
Yeah, and man, he's like, nah, nope, not that.
I mean, he had powers at that point. So
Did he when he was skateboarding in the
Yep.
junkyard?
Yeah,
Did he?
that's when he first got his powers.
Oh,
Because he was jumping
okay.
around and like grabbing a chain and stuff.
Yeah, I thought he was just doing that to be a wanker. There you go.
No, he went to the junkyard to like test out how like far he can go and stuff.
Have you seen that video where it's like him working on the formula with Kurt Connors in his kitchen, you know, and he's like
Yeah.
trying to prove that he's a genius and he like does it all and Kurt's watching the whole time and then he hands it to him and it's just dick butt on the piece of paper. It's the dumbest video I've ever seen, but it's so funny. And because Kurt looks at the paper and then looks at Peter in like astonishment and then like looks back and it's just dick butt.
I wonder if we're gonna get that actor playing Connors for Lizard.
I don't know if it is Lizard. People think it's Lizard in the trailer. I don't know.
Who else would it be? It's Killer Croc from Suicide Squad.
Velociraptor.
It's an actual Velociraptor.
No, that's what I mean. Not a character named Velociraptor. I mean, like the one from Jurassic Park.
It has to be Lizard. Why would it not?
I
be
don't know.
Lizard?
It's so thin. It looks like animated series comic booky lizard, where it's more of a crocodile kind of snout.
Maybe they'll go with that because Electro's gonna be yellow now instead of blue.
That is true, and that was Kurt Connor's like first form as the lizard. So
yeah, more of the crocodile.
He could grow more. Although he got locked in prison. Yeah, he is still around.
Yeah, but
I
guess
it doesn't matter because
powers, but they'll probably
but half of the villains in this movie are like fucking dead anyway in their back, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, Green Goblin's the main one. I'm like, oh.
Green Goblin's dead. Dr. Octopus is dead. Electro is dead. They're all dead in their back, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Well, I understand for Doc Ock and Electro because you don't see them get buried or anything. You don't see a body. Like Doc Ock could be sucked into the artificial sun, and Electro could have just blown up and appeared in the MCU.
Yeah, that is true. He's just becomes, what they say, matter can't be destroyed. It can only, I don't fucking kicked my camera then. It can only be like moved around.
He's gonna Electro's gonna blow up, and then his like soul is gonna reappear in like Tony Stark's arc reactor.
Oh fuck's sake!
I have to kill Tony Stark for throwing my reactor into the ocean.
What have I done to this camera, man? Jesus Christ! There we go. I honestly don't even want like another Tony Stark mention.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
I kind of want someone to go Tony Stark and Dr. Octopus to go. I have no idea who the fuck that is. Yeah, who are you talking about?
Yeah,
hey, there was a Doctor Strange on Toby's universe.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's taken.
I wonder if that's going to be referenced at all.
I doubt it.
Like if Tobey Maguire's is going to say to MCU Doctor Strange, "Hey, I remember you."
I doubt it. I think that'd be like a far reach.
Would it though? No, because people deep cut shit all the time, and that
for a casual audience, they'd be like, "What? Doctor Strange is in Spider-Man?"
When have these movies been made for casual audiences anyway?
That's a good point. Well, I think for this one, a lot of there'll be people that haven't seen a single MCU movie, but they'll go see this one.
No, the movie is about Doctor Strange breaking the multiverse and multiple Spider-Men coming together.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's going to be
you don't even know Tobey
someone's
Maguire's
dad
Spider-Man.
will be like, I watched Spider-Man 2 when I was in college, and I got to go see this because Tobey Maguire was in it.
But they're literally going to explain in the movie, these villains have come from a parallel universe where we look slightly different, and they've been taken right before the moment of their death and planted into the sacred timeline. How is that made for casual fans? Yeah, the MCU hasn't been made for casual fans since phase 1.
I just want to see a guy dressed in green going ha, 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 and throwing pumpkins.
Remember the plot of Civil War? The context for that movie is not even really in that movie. It's in the previous movie. It's in Age of Ultron. Most of it is set up in that movie.
That is a really good point.
And even then, the rest of the context is the Winter Soldier. It's another movie. They don't explain any of that. They're just Bucky's on the loose. We got to find him. It's okay.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, well, those are sequels, but I guess this is technically Spider-Man sequel.
Yeah, this is the third Spider-Man movie, exactly.
That's a good point. Okay, never mind. Yeah, they're going to go crazy with
way too much time on Spider-Man. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Penguin series in the works. On HBO Max.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
For some reason.
Okay.
Everyone's favorite Batman villain.
Dude, think about this though. Catwoman spin-off, Penguin spin-off, Gotham PD with Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. That is 3 spin-off things that we're getting for this movie that we haven't seen.
Yeah. What if it's not good?
This movie doesn't come out till next year, and they're like, look at all this shit. I'm like, this must be a masterpiece in like world building.
I mean, I think it's gonna be good. It looks good.
Oh, I think it's gonna be good too. It looks cool. They played fucking Nirvana. They played the best Nirvana song from Nevermind.
Robert Pattinson broke a guy's arm.
In real life, I would be
No,
honored.
well, honestly, wouldn't surprise me.
Someone punched someone in real life on something. What was that? I was watching that recently. It was behind the scenes on something, and they just fully whacked someone like famous in the face, and they were just like, no, it's fine. I was like, that is crazy. You get so into your role, you just
Yeah, that scene in the Batman trailer, like breaks the guy's arm, like
they just actually broke that guy's arm.
Vengeance.
I was a big fan of The Lighthouse, Mr. Robert Pattinson. It's okay, you can do this. He's just cracking his arm.
I mean, yeah, we're getting a new trailer in like a couple of weeks. Well, 1 month, I think. It's 1 month.
Is it going to be Fandom?
Yeah, you excited?
JD is absolutely right, by the way. The preview they're going to show of The Flash is going to be that thing that leaked like 2 months ago.
I hate that so much. I booked off my work for Fandom.
My God,
I want to watch it live, man. I enjoyed it last year. Well, I did it. But...
my mind will be blown if anything comes out of that convention that is like just groundbreaking. I feel like most of it's going to be, we got some cool comic projects coming to you, a Black Adam miniseries. I'll be like, okay.
They didn't even
like,
announce comic stuff last year.
Yeah, they didn't. And wasn't there a whole second day where that was supposed to be the point, where it wasn't movies? It was going to be like comics and games, and then we got nothing.
Yeah, I think they announced like a Black Lightning thing, or sorry, no, Static Shock, and we got nothing.
You know why? It's because DC Fandom is not made for comic book fans. It's just made for it's made for the mainstream kind of stuff.
It's made for people to post their reaction videos.
Yeah, exactly. And go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm so hyped for this thing I have no idea about. That's going to be 90% of it.
So oh my God. Adam?
Aquaman's new suit. I used to love that in the 90s series that no one has fucking read. Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
So wait, Black Adam suit's kind of like Shazam. Do you think they're connected?
Do you think they're connected? Oh God, we will see that. We know some people that will do that for fucking sure. Good Lord. Yeah, because like if they announced Mark Waid is coming back to DC, like 5% of the audience watching DC Fandom is even going to know who that is.
We'll be like, oh, hey, we do that.
Where we get a Ben Affleck movie? Where's Ben Affleck movie? Ooh, like that's all they care about. So
Mark Waid, is that a like a Flash character, or
is that Batman? Is that a Batman villain? Because if it's not a Batman villain, okay. I like the idea that they go, Mark Waid is returning to DC, and everyone's like, huh? And then they go to write 3 Batman books, and everyone goes, yeah. And it just like they just show, like, you know how the MCU does their timeline, like every convention shows all their movies. It's just DC, and every book is Batman. There's like 60 books up on the screen.
Oh no! Oh God! Don't look at my shirt. It's a shame to this,
dude.
Yeah,
I remember people complaining about. I remember people complaining about how many Batman titles there were, and I'm like, you are overreacting. And then like a week ago, I just saw the amount of new Batman titles on Comixology, and I went, oh my God, they weren't full of shit. Like, yeah, it is
like 30. I think it's like 36.
It's ridiculous. Who's reading that? Like, I would hate to be a Batman fan. We'll get into this later.
But we're like, Batman fans. But
I have now read like almost every Iron Man issue from like the last 40 years, right? If I was a Batman fan, I would fucking hate my life, because I'd be like, I really want to like keep up with everything Batman. Oh, okay, cool. You have to read 20 issues a week. And that's only new
you have
stuff.
To spend like, $500 a month.
Oh my God, I'd hate it. I'd be so miserable.
Yeah, I think if I were to do that for Batman, I just focus on just Batman, not all the
like the main book, or like the ones that look really unique, because most of them are just going to be like, it's Batman, but what if Batman was like, he was a bit edgy? It's like, I've never seen that before. Whoa.
Like one of them sound cool, where it's like Batman Batman Nightfall. No, I can't remember the name. It was basically like all of power went out of Gotham, and it's only 3 issues. It's like, why can't this just be in the regular title as like a story arc?
Yeah.
Why is this a
Or
separate
why don't you take the ideas that are from a lot of these other series and put them together into this series and make a whole run that's like 30 issues that is really unique? They did it with what? They had Batman Incorporated, was it? Eternal. You know, the New
yeah
52 one, the side book. Just shovel all of these cool ideas into that and have this like really cool series that's like unique. Every arc is different. You know, it feels like it's inventing like a new plot every kind of story, so you don't feel like this is just Batman again. Okay, like
yeah
do what All-Star Batman was trying to do, but do it better. You know what I mean? Because that
yeah
series kind of
essentially
sucked.
it did.
Like just do that better. Oh, it'd be so cool.
But instead,
Anyway,
no, well, let's just do 36 different
there's
titles.
it's yeah, Batman goes to the doctor and Batman gets his COVID vaccine. Batman goes to blah, blah, blah.
And that's our thoughts on the Penguin series.
It's so funny if this video came with like one of those little like, you know, the tags where it's like, get some context about the COVID vaccine just because I made that
Because we
joke.
mentioned Batman. Yeah, you saw the Batman Instagram page posted that. Batman getting
He
the
did that.
vaccine.
Yeah, well, good on him.
Yeah,
mean,
I'm like proud of you, Batman. Proud of you for doing
Yeah.
that. And then all the comments just like, Batman would never do
Oh my
that ever.
god, the amount of shit I've seen about that.
Yeah, the guy who literally has made different types of vaccines in the comics would never.
But Hunter, we're alienating our anti-vax listeners and our, you know,
I'm sorry.
our
Do what you want. You know what? Do what you
yeah,
want.
our listener base is dwindling as it is.
I just lost us so much. So many. Hero Story the Lost episode 2.
Oh my god, no. This is much better than that. We could have just like that banging play for like an hour and a half and it would still be better than whatever the fuck that was.
The Lost episode that's never gonna see the light
The
of day.
Lost
I
episode,
still
man,
have
is
saved for some reason.
man, I would love to see it one day. Edited up. Okay, I will fully admit that episode is just me being an asshole. And if someone came to me and went, "You were a bit of a dickhead that episode," I would go, "You're 100% right, and I apologize." I mean, that's probably most episodes, but still, I was just like, "Oh, it was so off. It was so bad." It was like Sean trying to make a point, and then me to be like a meme that shouldn't have really been on the on the podcast.
We would have to censor something. Anyways,
yeah, there was some animated ass cheeks, just to put it mildly.
Which is why I never saw the light of day and never will. Thanks, Arthur.
Never will.
Never. So there's some comic news now. There's solicitations for a lot of things. I'm trying to find the exact issue here.
Fuck, that's right.
Yeah, so we're just gonna quickly kind of go through the solicitations here that came out. These are for comics coming out in December. Biggest thing by far, besides like the events that we've talked about that were already announced, Nightwing 87 is gonna be one continuous page.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
There's 4 pages out now, but it's one page that just continues on. So it's like a panorama shot essentially of just Nightwing fighting people and like doing things. And
I wonder if we're saying that right, because I said that to you earlier before we started.
I think so.
I don't know if I said it. Panorama,
because that's like
Futurama. What is it? Yeah.
Imagine getting that all printed and putting it like next to each other.
I was thinking that. I was like, DC, if they're smart, would print it like a big thing. Surely.
I don't think they will.
Why not? That would make bank. You know, it would make bank.
I'd buy it.
Although imagine if the issue came and it was like that, where it's like the foldy paper, like the whole thing, you can just fold out the entire issue.
That's true. So Tom Taylor described this as, "This broke my brain, but we went for it. In Nightwing 87, there are no panels. It's one continuous image. The genius Bruno Rodano has been working so hard and making something incredible. Check it and pre-order now." And yeah, you can see black and white pages for the first 4, and whoa,
it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Imagine if everyone bought, every single person, well, not every single, but like 23 people bought the original art for each page and then all met up and connected them.
That actually be kind of cool, yeah. But yeah,
do you want me to read the
yeah, sure.
No, what were you gonna say? No, you go first.
I was literally just about to say yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll read the Marvel solicitations. I'm not going to read the entire summaries of each of them, but like,
No, just things that they're like, hey, that's pretty cool.
well, there's Devil's Reign, which I think we're all excited for because we're like, oh, wow, a Daredevil thing that's maybe going to, energize the series a bit.
Mhm.
Interesting lineup. The man who once destroyed Daredevil has set his sights on the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and more. That's
Well,
cool.
this is Kingpin, right?
Yeah. Oh, we got Crossbones, Taskmaster, Typhoid Mary, Shocker, Whiplash, Rhino, and Craven. Interesting.
Craven.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know. He was gonna be
interesting.
in this. He just
That
gets
is.
shot right away.
Oh, okay. Well, this is starting to lose me already. This is the second issue. Wilskin. Fucking let me start again. Wilson Fisk has set the Marvel Universe on a dangerous and violent path, hoping to remake it in his own image. You're just a fat dude in New York. I don't know what you're really going to do, but anyway. Systematically leveraging the power of his office. Well, there you go. That's how he's going to do it, I guess. Against the heroes of the Marvel Universe. Fisk takes his most dangerous and craven step yet. That's hilarious. Craven step yet. Anyway. The Thunderbolts are reporting for duty. Okay.
Yeah, all right, cool.
All right, whatever. Timeless is, I'm guessing, Kang. That's going to
Yeah.
be because of
Mhm.
a special year-ending adventure that gives. Okay, yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
it's
we've
just
talked
about
about
Kang.
Timeless before. Yeah.
Avengers Forever by Jason Aaron. Skip.
Okay, read this. Or I don't know if you read this yet. Read the description.
Read the description. Okay. On a quest for cosmic vengeance. Okay, starting good. We've got Cosmic Ghost Rider clearly. Ghost Rider finds himself roaring through the wastelands on a ruined Earth, where the great age of heroes never came to be, where hope is a four-letter word, and where his only ally in the coming battle against his greatest villains any universe has ever seen is the world's most wanted archaeologist, Tony Stark, the invincible Ant-Man. Is this main? Oh, he's gone into another. What? Spinning out of the cataclysmic events of Avengers 750 and operating in the lockstep with the Prime Avengers series, the next great Avengers saga begins here. Huh?
So Tony Stark is Ant-Man.
They just really want to take everything from Hank Pym. He's like, I built Ultron in every universe now as well.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. I mean, that sounds kind of cool, but it's like Jason Aaron, and it's setting up for this, next era that I'm not going to fucking read anyway. So
Yeah. I'm kind of going through this too right now. The solicitation. Spider-Man has Ben Riley versus Miles. I don't like Miles' new suit. It's odd to me.
I don't know that I've. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, sucks
Or
ass.
it's like a
Yep.
hoodie. Yeah. Like, what are you
Oh,
wearing?
we're gonna talk about the that should be news of the week. Or was that last? Actually, it may have been last week, but the Gwen Stacy thing in Sins Past, the Nick Spencer.
Oh yeah, we talked about it last week. Yeah.
Okay. What episode did I listen to then? I was just listening to one this morning. Clearly, it wasn't last week then.
Could not tell you.
Yeah, a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. The Amazing Spider-Man Beyond.
Spider-Man has a ton of stuff every month.
With her nephew on death's door, May Parker is not just going to sit around accepting that Peter's ailments aren't solvable. Yeah, he's dead.
Miss
More
Marvel's
Spider-Man.
getting a limited
God.
series. 5 issues.
Motherfucker, this was supposed to be my job.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Continue. I was just looking through it.
Nah, it's all right. Keep going.
No,
This is what I was interested in. Electra, Black, White, and Blood. Oh, Charles Soule. Cool. All right, that's cool. This is. Oh, okay. Fact, noun, fact. Definition of a fact. A, something that has actual existence. B, an actual occurrence. C, Electra Nachios is the best assassin in the Marvel Universe. Whoever wrote that description that is the lamest thing ever. That's a fact. That's a fact. I love Electra, but that's a fact. That's a fact. King Conan the Barbarian.
You don't have to read every title that's announced.
Black Panther by John Ridley. That sounds interesting. The Thing. Don't care. Venom 3 by Ram V. Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit. Don't care. Oh, Captain America, Iron Man. Yes. Meet the Paladins when a group of eager new superheroes interrupts Cap and Iron Man's hunt for escaped Hydra commanders Veronica Eden. Steve and Tony struggle to determine whether the team is an asset or a liability. but they'll need all the help they can get when Veronica makes a powerful new friend. It's Doctor Doom. It's going to be Doctor Doom. That's my call.
Okay.
Where do you think it's going to move?
Doctor Doom makes the most sense for this. So
How cool would that be? Captain America and Iron Man versus Doctor Doom?
yeah,
Oh,
I guess.
buy
Well, I feel
every
like they would
variant
just like team up in the end.
Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, 2 of 5.
Yeah.
Oh, this was interesting. The Wastelanders like series. They're going back to like the Old Man Logan universe, but they're teaming them up.
Yeah, it's like the Avengers of the
Brains
Old
stuff.
Man Logan universe. Essentially.
Although, what the fuck? Okay, so it's clearly set before Old Man Logan because Hawkeye's dead in that series, right? Am I losing my mind, or did that happen?
I thought he died too. Yeah,
I thought it. So this has to be.
I thought
before him.
Logan died as well.
Yeah, well, I thought that too. I was having a discussion with someone the other day. I'm like, holy shit, it's very purple in your room right now.
Sorry.
Good lord.
I'm trying to adjust my light.
So they've got Wolverine, Star-Lord, they've got Black Widow, who hasn't had a series, and they've got someone else, but they don't have Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil was at the end of the Hawkeye one. He was training Hawkeye. That's how Hawkeye becomes Hawkeye.
So Hawkeye.
Okay, never mind. Wastelanders Hawkeye 1. Deadly accuracy. Witness the never before told story of Hawkeye's training with Stick, the man formerly known as Daredevil. So there you go.
Oh, he's calling himself Stick.
Huh. Yep, that's cool.
Hey, Maddie.
There's a Doctor Doom one. That's cool. So every single character is getting their own one shot. The Darkhold Spider-Man issue 1. Skip. The Darkhold Amigas. Skip. Death of Doctor Strange Blade issue 1.
There's just
variant cover by Boss Logic. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Death of Doctor Strange X-Men / Black Knight issue 1. It was a mistake making me do this.
And then it's just regular Death of Doctor Strange.
And then there's a bunch of Trial of Magneto. Okay. Justice is served. The mystery resolved. The guilty will be judged. The innocent absolved. The victims avenged. Okay. Don't care. Don't read X-Men. Never will. Hellions. That's the worst name for a title still. I don't care. I know. I get the name. Fuck off. It's still a stupid title. I don't care. So is Excalibur. You know what I mean? All the X-Men titles are dumb.
Look at the Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 33 cover. It's like Miles in his new suit and one of his like deformed clones.
Yeah, it is too. Yeah, it's just the lumpy guy next to him. That suit looks even worse there too, with like the arms connecting to the eyes. What the fuck is going on with that?
The legs are weird. I was looking like it looks. I get they're going for like a spider web on the knee, but it kind of just looks like fishnets.
Boo.
Yeah, odd suit.
Phoenix Song Echo. Okay.
Yeah, I guess Marvel really wants to promote Echo since she's apparently getting a Disney Plus series.
Marvels. It's written by Kurt Busiek. I feel like I should be reading that. Damn, that's the one that had that Vision story that was very cool.
Yeah,
Kang the
Marvel's
Conqueror
cover looks good, but that is good art.
Yeah.
That's a cool Kang cover.
So I don't think anyone's reading it though.
No.
Defenders cover annoys me so much.
It's very classic.
No, it's just the fact Defenders.
Yeah, because the text
So
is like going down. Fantastic Four, I like the cover, but I hear it's not that good.
Darkhawk, why is he getting a series? That's bizarre.
He's had a series, man. It started.
Yeah, it's issue 5 of 5. That's interesting. I just read him in one of the many Iron Man series that I've been reading. He was in one of them. He was cool.
Here comes the big one.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 15. Oh, a Dark Reign variant cover, yay. Oh god, okay. Iron Man has become the Iron God. Only trouble is Korvac has once again become cosmic as well. This is 3 issues away. We're still doing Korvac.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am absolutely all for runs. And this is what I've found reading 90s stuff a lot is I love, even the 80s too. I love when runs are just telling stories that just go over however many issues. But you got to have like, every 3 issues at least, you got to have like some sense of resolution, even if you're continuing the larger plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like in the 90s, the larger plot is the fact that Rhodey and Tony are butting heads. Rhodey like absolutely hates Tony because he lied to him about his death. And Tony is still recovering and learning how to walk again, right? Because his body was, he has a techno organic nervous system because he almost got killed, right?
Right.
But then he's still doing, shit in between. He's facing the Mandarin. He's facing other people. He's fighting Venom. He's fighting the Hulk. He's doing all these other things in between under the guise of this larger story. But this is just Tony rocking up and being like, "Hello, Korvac," and Korvac being like, "Oh, it's Tony Stark." And then
For a year and a
5
half.
issues of nothing. Yeah, for a year and a half, and then it happens again. God. Only trouble is Korvac has once again become cosmic as well. Their conflict now spills out across the universe as both newly nigh invincible entities vie for absolute dominance. What does it look like when two massive egos with celestial size abilities duke it out? What kind of havoc does it cause as they tear through galaxies and dimensions? And how can a handful of tiny humans stop them in hope of saving their old friend Tony Stark? Christopher Cantwell. This will probably make you never come on the show, but you were never going to anyway. We peaked at Mark Waid, and that was the end for us. Mm-hmm. Tony is over the ego thing. He's been over that for a while. He's one of the most insecure, non-egotistical people that exists in the Marvel Universe now. If he became Iron God, it would make his ego go exponential. It would probably make him doubt himself even more with his newfound powers, because he would be like, I'm not the kind of person who should be wielding this power. It should be someone like Steve Rogers or Peter Parker, these people with great moral cause, not someone like me who's so easily corruptible. That's ridiculous. Stop with the ego thing. I hate this weird stance that he's taking with Tony Stark. I'm like, dude, we covered this. This was in the 70s, man. We're over this. Like, people don't realize this because of RDJ's Tony Stark. And I adore Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, but like, he, up until, Civil War, has an ego. You know what I mean? Like, Age of Ultron, he's peak ego. Mm-hmm. He's like an asshole in that. And then Civil War, he starts getting more humbled. And then by the time you get to Endgame, that's when he's he's still a smart ass, which he always should be.
Yeah.
But he's humbled more. Comic book Tony Stark has been humble for the last 40 years, except for Civil War. Just roll with that.
Yeah,
like, he's had his moments. Matt Fraction's Tony Stark had his moments because Matt Fraction was like, I got to make him like a bit of a dickhead, which works for the story. And you should be doing that. But Tony Stark isn't all ego. He's mostly humble, but also he's got his way of doing things, and he's going to do it that way. So it's just weird that this series is taking this, like, him being like, I'm going to do this thing, but I never get any like credit for it. It's like, when have you ever cared about the credit? That's not why Tony Stark has ever fought for credit. He doesn't give a fuck. Even in the Marvel universe, he doesn't give a fuck about the credit. He's making a point. God damn. Anyway,
this is a good rant.
Shang-Chi issue 7. Yeah. When I eventually, reinstate Demon in a Bottle, maybe I'll clip that in a couple months' time and put that on there. Easy content. Who was Shang-Chi's mother? Shang-Chi. Arrows will fly. Okay. Thor 20.
I like the name of this story arc.
God of Hammers. Yeah, I get it because of Hannibal Lecter. That's funny.
What?
Is it Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
He said the God of Hammers thing. Yeah, you fucking idiot. You don't know Thor. Sorry. Strange Academy. Isn't that just like magic? Is that Savage Avengers? Eternals 8. Warhammer 40,000.
That's it for the Marvel comics.
Star Wars Crimson Reign. Star Wars the High Republic Trial of Shadows.
Yep.
Star Wars 20 by Charles Soule.
So DC, as of this recording, hasn't released all their solicitations. They just announced some titles, so that's news because they're titles that were announced, not Shang-Chi issue 7.
Hey, look, you talk. Oh, Hunter.
Yeah,
Black Panther by Ta-Nehisi Coates, omnibus hardcover.
He's getting an omnibus.
Yeah.
Was that series?
I'm currently at the omnibus section of this.
Okay.
Oh, Avengers by Jonathan Hickman.
Batgirls. Oh wait, what?
Collecting Avengers 1 through 23, New Avengers 1 through 12, Infinity 1 through 6. That's a pretty good hardcover. That's kind of crazy. I'll screenshot that one for you. Keep it for you.
I see it on the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well, sorry. I didn't know
That's
you were such a
okay.
bleeding cool aficionado.
Well,
Oh, Annihilation. That's interesting. That's getting an omnibus now.
Batgirls was announced to finally get a series starring Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, with Oracle, Barbara Gordon, being their mentor, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. It's written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, with art by George Corona. What? Yeah,
Oh, no.
that's his last name.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He's a beer drinker. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
okay, okay.
He's that Corona.
You know what? When I last February, right before like it really hit, I was in your country, Australia, and
It's weird to think about, isn't it?
yeah, we weren't really talking then. I didn't really know you.
But you didn't know me. That's why.
Yeah, but I was in Australia, and I was in a town called Surfers Paradise. You know of it? Why
Do
is
I
it?
know of it?
Why is it funny?
Just because that is like one of the most recognizable names for any place you could say, Surfer's Paradise.
Okay, well, that's where I was.
That's like me
And
saying like Uluru or something. Actually, no, you probably wouldn't know what Uluru
no
is.
idea what that is. Is that a Pokemon?
No, it's the big fucking rock in the middle of
Oh,
nowhere
right,
in
right,
Australia.
right. Yeah. Okay. I just called the Big Rock.
Yeah, that's what it's originally called. Big
And
rock.
I was at a restaurant having some not so good ribs. Sorry, your ribs aren't the greatest there. And my friend that I was with ordered a Corona, and they brought it over. And this little girl came up to him, like came to our table, and said, "You can't be drinking that. Corona's bad." And my friend's like, "Oh, it's just a drink." And she goes, "There's a sickness, and it's getting worse."
Oh
And
my god.
she's like, "Well, it's just a drink. It has nothing to do with the drink." She's like, "No, you can't be drinking that." This girl's like maybe 10.
I thought you were
And
fucking with me for a
no,
second. You're
I'm
being
serious.
genuine. Holy shit.
And we're just like, it's just the drink is not connected. And then she goes to her parents, and they're like all looking at us like angrily, almost
What?
like judgmental. And we're like, okay. And this was in February 2020. This was before it really hit hard. And it still has nothing to do with the drink, but still, there's a little
You
story.
got out of the, but you managed to get out of the country, go
Yeah.
home. That's
World,
weird, man.
World of Krypton, which is by Robert Venditti and Michael Ovan. Michael, oh god, I just unplugged my mic. There we go. Test. Hold on. Test.
It
Yeah, we're
did
good.
not change whatsoever.
It was a little fuzzy on my end. So with Robert Venditti and Michael Avon Oeming, I think, showing what happened to Krypton before it blew up.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
I like that is a story they keep going back to.
Yeah, I feel like I've read that before.
Who cares what Krypton? I don't care about Krypton. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what Krypton's biggest feat is?
It blew up.
Yeah, exactly. If I say Krypton, what does everyone except Warner Brothers executives say? Oh yeah, the place that blew up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going over one of the main characters is going to be Kara Zor-El as like a kid, so Supergirl.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but
cool.
still.
Fuck, they got me.
But still.
But did we do this? This was a TV series.
Yeah, it was.
This was a TV series. This happened.
Yeah. Oh, well, now we're getting in comic form. Swamp Thing, Green Hell, which is Black Label, going to be, I believe, 3 issues. And
who's it written by?
It's written by Jeff Lemire.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire, Swamp Thing, cool.
Yeah, could be cool. 1 Star Squadron, which is basically Heroes for Hire, but for characters that are more minor. So Power Girl and Red Tornado, for example. It's going to be like a smaller team. Plastic Man's in it. Written by Mark Ruffalo and art by Steve Lieber. Oh, sorry, Mark Russell.
Okay. Did you mean that? Did you? I thought that was like intentional joke. You didn't mean that.
Oh, I did.
You
Mark
fully just said
Russell.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is writing a Power Girl thing. Mark Russell. Sorry, my bad.
Mark Russell. It's like not even close either.
I saw the R and And yeah, that's it for announcements. That's it for the news. We're on the comics.
Oh,
wow, it's very
okay.
dark. I am in the dark right now.
I can be. Look, if I turn this other light off, look at that. Spooky. Ooh.
I could just turn my light on in here.
This is great listening.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the dark. Well, let me turn my light off and you'll see that
Let me
I'm in
turn
the
my
dark.
light off. Hello, I'm Wilson Fisk. Bring him back.
Yeah,
Bring
like,
him back.
I like how you kind of have like a Elmer Fudd kind of thing.
Hey,
But like,
well, I'm your queen. I'm your queen pin
I do a
of
kingpin
New
of
Walk.
crime.
I'm New Walk. You have one messer.
God,
I
the
can't even
fuck
think
is
of a
happening?
line.
But yeah, it's funny.
I see you got my message.
It makes me feel alone.
I've been meaning to give you this, Vanessa.
As the gods, they'll deny it. They'll whip out their tongues.
I'll never stop hunting Kellen Page and Forgy Nelson. And now, like, Matt's still serious. Like, you will stop hunting my friends.
Oh
No, you
my
will
God.
never. You'll rot in a cage. No, you will
Oh.
never have Vanessa.
It's this little baby voice.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Kellen Page shot
That
my
scene in season
friend.
2 where Matt goes and sees Fisk in the prison, and Fisk just reveals the extent of his infestation already is just so good.
We should look up the script for that scene and recreate it.
Do a
But
dramatic
you-
fucking reading.
Or like
Jeez.
I'll be Matt and you'll be Kingpin and do your
It's a good bim.
Man, I want to
Oh my-
do that now. We should do a video of that. Like just dub it.
That's Harper Hunter Show episode 2.
Oh,
Dramatic
no.
reading of Daredevil.
Oh,
Just absolute garbage.
Oh, I'm actually
Just
I'm down. I'm actually
like prime garbage.
So Iron Man came out. Iron Man 12.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Concerns?
I just want I want the story to go somewhere where we haven't already known it was going for the last 10 issues. We know they were going to end up on TAR 2 or TAA 2 or whatever.
Well,
the
this
fuck
is
Galactus
Galactus's old ship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to end up there, and obviously they were going to fight, and that is the next issue, and that's issue 13? That's been coming since like issue 4.
Yeah.
And like I feel like if a lot of this was put together in like 7 issues, it would actually be really good. But like the more this goes on, the more I'm like, okay, yeah, what was Patsy Walker's point being in this book? Because they had that solo issue with her, and I was like, that was a good issue. But now the more I think about it, I'm like, that was actually a great issue as a Patsy Walker story. But this is her introduction in this is like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a
just
great
doesn't-
Patsy Walker story. It's a great Hellcat story, but this is
like
Iron Man.
even like Frogman and Scarlet Spider and Gargoyle, like none of these characters are fitting into this story. And I get that like they
They're
want
not
to
being
pick
used.
obscure, but like I had this thought, and it might be dumb because it's like I don't think it is though, because he brought back fucking Avro X, and that dude is from Marvel Fanfare for 1 issue,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
My thought was that what if Iron Man, instead of Korvac has teamed up some of Iron Man's villains. He's got like Controller, he's got Unicorn, right?
Mhm.
He's got someone else. Who's the other person he's got with him? Anyway, my thought was that in the 80s and 90s, Tony Stark did a really good job of like helping out characters like Blizzard, right? And like turning them good, basically. I was thinking how much more interesting this story would be if Korvac had one side of Iron Man's rogue gallery and Tony had the other side of his rogues gallery, the people that he's actually helped out, and they fight together. So it was like an Iron Man rogues war kind of thing, instead of having this weird eclectic team of superheroes that he's plucked out of fucking nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, that is fun. Like there's what's the other guy's name? Is it Black Knight? I think that's
Black
his
Knight is a
name.
character. It's like an
Yeah, it'll be Black
not
Knight, it'd be
incredible.
Blizzard, and it would be maybe like Backlash or something. Not Whiplash, Backlash. Because Whiplash is dead. He fucking got his neck snapped.
Is he still dead?
I assume he is.
Okay.
I don't know. Although I'm thinking of this is the Scalotti one. He died in that Joe Quesada Iron Man. I don't know if he got brought back or if he just got replaced. Because like, oh yeah, like another example, Crimson Dynamo. Crimson Dynamo has been on like the side of War Machine and Iron Man since like the late 90s. He found out him and Tony Stark body swapped. He found out Tony Stark's identity and then out of respect for him kept that identity secret. And then Iron Man helped him against Titanium Man in Russia. And so they kind of became allies. And then when the Skrull invasion happened, War Machine fought with Titanium Man and the other Russian like Iron Man Rogues Gallery members to like defend Russia from Skrull attacks. So they're like friends. So you could have fucking Crimson Dynamo team up with Iron Man against Korvac and all these other villains. That to me is so much more interesting than just like, here's Scarlet Spider. Why? Here's Gargoyle and Frogman. Okay, that's funny. But like,
Night,
I just
yeah.
feel like it would hit a lot more and I would have more patience with this story if, you know, they're bringing this character from Marvel Fanfare back. They're bringing in Korvac. They're bringing some of Tony's villains back. Why don't you just bring them all back and have it like a Iron Man Rogues Civil War? I'd have patience for that. I'd be
Sinister
like,
War.
fucking, that would be, yeah, exactly, pretty much. It'd be so much cooler than whatever they're doing now. So I don't really have the patience for this story because I don't care about seeing like how it unfold. And we know that it's going to drag for at least another 3 issues because issue 15 is the one where Tony's a god and he's fighting Korvac across the universe. That's the we've got 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, it's
until we
3
get to that
issues.
point. Like, so like I don't know. Like, I just want them to get to a thing. Like, I
It's-
hate to say it, but
The
like
story
at
is just odd.
least, yeah, like at least I hate to say it, at least Dan Slott's Iron Man was like every time he hit an arc, I knew where the arc was at least, you know, heading, and I was interested to see how he did it. Like the first couple books are like this whole, you know, he's got the virtual reality place, he's got the controller there, there's a mole in Stark Unlimited, he's trying to figure out what's going on. It was interesting, and it kept developing. Like shit kept getting more fucked up, and he had to make some tough calls. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is interesting. And then he had like a War of the Realms time thing, and it wasn't that interesting. And then he had the Ultron story at the end with Ultron Pym, and I was like, okay. And then we had Iron Man 2020, and each of those, at least I was like, well, this is a story. Like, let me see what they're gonna do here. This is
Yeah.
different.
Mhm.
That's not happening here.
This one's
Like,
just going.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
I
Like,
remember at the
I don't-
start when it was all about like Tony like deleting his social media and going
oh
back
my
to like an
god,
older
we're
suit.
so far from whatever the promise. Like, surely Cantwell knew when he was promoting "We're going back to basics" that it was not actually back to basics at all. We
Yeah,
are
you're in
so
space
far
now.
back to basics. This is the most not back to basics Tony Stark has ever been. This is like way further out.
Yeah.
He's gonna become a god. Like, it looks cool. I'm like, hey, that's something different. But back to basics, issue 15. He's a god. He's a literal god. The living tribunal is showing up and going, Tony Stark, only you can save the universe. Back to basics? What?
That's a really good point. Huh.
Anyway, the one thing that I was really interested in seeing is how Avra X tied into this story, and they absolutely decimated him. So I just don't really care.
They talked about Manitoba. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, they had like 3 pages talking about Canada and polar bears.
Yeah, and it's very like it seems a very realistic dialogue of Tony being like, "I've never been. Is it cold?"
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it is.
yeah. I did like they were talking. Yeah, they were talking like actual people instead of being like, we need to get to the central control zone so you can shut down the force shield so that we can have everyone invade and then we can finally defeat Korvac. He was just like, yeah, you can take a lift and you can see the polar bears, although you wouldn't need the lift, would you? Because you could just fly up like how we're flying right now. It's just very see shit like that. I was like, those are good character interactions, but they're spread very few and far between.
And even then, Tony's just his reply is like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds cool."
You know what I was kind of this is so mean, but like, you know, Patsy Walker tried to kill herself, right?
Yeah.
And so Rhodey says, you know, if we try and race through the shields, that's suicidal. And she goes, okay, first, don't use that word around me.
Yeah.
I just really would have found it funny if Rhodey was like, I'm going to continue using that. And he says it again and she's really mad at him. I don't know why I thought that'd be funny because I just can't imagine Rhodey being like, okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like, you know, trigger any feelings you may have. I just imagine him being like, I'm literally a Marine. Do you know how many people I've seen die? It's like, I don't care. I don't give a
It's
fuck.
respectable.
Yeah, he's respected. Like, it's very funny.
War Machine's a respectable guy. He's played by Emmy-nominated Don Cheadle.
I love Don Cheadle so fucking. Oh yeah, I bought Hot Toy. That's right.
Oh,
We
you
fit
bought
this
a
into
you
this
bought
conversation.
is it
I
the
bought
one with the Emmy-nominated Don Cheadle's face
Yes, I mean they've all got Emmy nominated.
for Falcon the Winter Soldier?
I was just thinking about that scene again. That's so funny that he got nominated for that. I remember how hyped I was when that happened. I was like, yes! I actually have a video of me when he showed up in What If, like when his name appeared in the credits. I went, oh, I like screamed. It was like
What?
evil. And then sure enough, the episode kind of just did nothing with that character. I was like,
Oh yeah, we were gonna talk about What If.
we'll talk about What If after this, because that's like we've only got this comic and there's nothing more to say, really.
That's it for the
Korvac
comic.
shows up, they're gonna fight, but I'll tell you about how they fight in like 3 months from now.
Yeah, I'll have to get your thoughts on that when you're back from
You
the
say
war.
that you say that like I'm a special guest star now. Like, yeah, we'll have to get you back on to get your thoughts on that. I'll only be gone for a month and a half. Only a month and a half.
You'll be gone for Venom and Eternals.
I won't be gone for Venom. When's Venom? End of this month.
Yeah,
What? So like a week away?
2 weeks away.
Well, then so like October the 1st. When's
Yeah.
it come out? What day?
October 1st.
I'll be there for that. That's the last week of holidays. I could see if Venom is on streaming, I guarantee you a Hero Story audience, I'll be here to review Venom.
You'll be watching it. It's okay.
Can't wait for.
We'll be like, hey, we're recording in like an hour. Oh, I haven't watched Venom yet. That's okay. You'll have time.
I also like how half of you saw Shang-Chi, and then I was like, oh, I'll see it in a week, and then we got locked down again. I'm not seeing it. So.
Actually, I was the only one who saw Shang-Chi.
Oh, really?
JD didn't see it. JD's also on lockdown.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it's going great then.
Yeah, that's why you guys are together right now. He's building your house.
Not to get political or anything, but I'm kind of hoping that they go, look, if you've got all your vaccines done, you can go and see Shang-Chi. Like they say that specifically.
No, they go
Scott
see.
Morrison, Prime Minister of Australia, goes, you can go and see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings as long as you're double vaccinated. And I'll be like, yes, sir.
I hope instead he says, as long as you're double vaccinated, there's going to be carnage.
And I'm like, yes. I would
Go
probably
see-
do it too. I would probably go to the cinemas if they said you can only see one movie in cinemas and it's Venom. I would probably just go and do it so I can go to the movies again. I remember when I went and saw Black Widow in cinemas. It was the first movie I'd seen since The Invisible Fucking Man from last year. I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Then lockdown was showing. Yeah, I guess you haven't even seen it yet, hey?
No, and like I keep like hearing things about like Wenwu, aka the Mandarin, and like deep cut kind of shit that's going to appeal very strictly to me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so annoyed. I'm so desperate. They keep showing, like, I keep seeing photos on social media of Ben Kingsley, and I'm like, everyone knows that Ben Kingsley is a character in this movie, and I watched Iron Man 3 the other night, and I'm just like, I know that there's more of this character, and I literally can't even fucking see it. The whole world has.
He's good. He's good at it too. I liked him.
I can't believe that he's in it and he's an actual character and they're
He's
addressing
not a
like, that's
cameo.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that is amazing to me that's what they're doing. And I'm like, how does that fit in? Like I don't know yet. Like, is the Mandarin just like, you know what? That was kind of funny. I'll give you credit for that. Like, I don't know how it looks. I got no idea.
You're kind of on the right path. I won't say it.
That
but
is-
you're-
If
kinda-
that's what it is, that's fucking hilarious.
You want me
Like,
to
I kind
kinda-
of want it.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, I'm kind
Okay.
of hoping it's this. I'm kind of hoping it's just like, he's like, you stole my name, but I never really liked that name anyway, kind of thing. And he just like embraces him into the cult of the Ten Rings. He's just like, oh, you were in the fake Ten Rings. Look at this one. You be my little guard dog or something.
Okay.
Or
You're-
like he's like the Ten Rings court jester or something.
you're on the right path.
Okay, interesting.
You're on the right path. That's all I'll
Oh,
say. Man, I
that is
want to tell you
interesting.
all these things about it, but I can't.
I
won't.
want you to tell me, and I want to experience them, but I can't.
Yeah. Man, one day soon.
One day.
We'll talk
one
about
day.
Shang-Chi and Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Why can't have Black Widow been the one that went to theaters and not on Disney Plus? I would have paid like $100 for Shang-Chi.
Pretty sure that like first week of October, Shang-Chi will be on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
They said it's going on Disney Plus like right when it's out of theaters.
Shit, I might see that That might be.
I don't know
Okay.
if it's Premier Access or not, but I mean it's $30.
I could not give a fuck. I've spent worse money on dumber things.
Well, this is a good thing too. Like it's a good movie. in
That
general.
that $100.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and you're about to
Latex
spend
mask.
$100 on Venom merch too. So
Oh fuck, you're right. I'm also like heavily considering getting that Endgame die-cast Iron Man hot toy, and that's like $500. So.
oh yikes. Okay, yeah. That's the comic of the week. So what if is a show that's been happening that we
What
could
if
talk
is
about?
a show, an
What?
exciting show? Oh,
Sometimes.
I would say even the bad episode. Well, not like I don't think there's been a bad episode, but there are episodes where I'm like, oh yeah, what's a bad episode?
I thought the first one wasn't good.
I liked it, but I think the only reason that I didn't feel anything like emotionally or like attached to it is because I was like, this is the movie I saw, but with Peggy Carter.
Yeah, but it's also like
Yeah, right.
scene. This is we're taking
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah, it
2-hour
is very
movie and
choppy.
making it 30 minutes.
But I don't think if I watched that isolated by itself, I would go, that is a bad piece of media. I'm
No,
like,
that's
it was
true.
fine.
The
It
animation's
was all right.
always good. Yeah, the Doctor
I don't
Strange
think
one,
anything-
10 out of 10. Like,
the Doctor
straight up.
Strange thing is the best thing that's ever happened with Doctor Strange. It is like the best Doctor Strange.
It's really
thing
good.
ever.
It's really I like the movie a
it's
lot, but
ridiculously. Oh, I love the movie too, but I was like, that episode is just so good.
yeah.
But anyway, I was very excited for this because I was like, this is the Tony Stark episode. Dom
Tony
Cheadle's back.
Killmonger. Mhm.
Killmonger, I'm like, that's cool. How are these two, kind of these warmongers? How are they going to work together? And it started, I was like, this is interesting. Him undoing Obadiah Stane's plot like immediately. I was like, that's really cool. The voice actor for Tony Stark, I'm like, he's
Not bad.
surprisingly really good. Initially, when he's like doing the, hey, yeah, peace. I love peace. I'd be out of a job with peace. And he sounds like really whiny. And I was like, oh, that doesn't sound like Robert Downey Jr. And then the rest of the episode, I was like,
He gets,
no,
he gets better.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets
Mhm.
much better. I was like, that is really cool. And then I think it was the point, spoilers by the way, I think it was the point where T'Challa and Rhodey got killed 30 seconds from each other that I went, oh no, this is not gonna. I mean, it's what if at this point, right? We're used to
Yeah.
the fact that everything goes to shit, but I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those episodes where everyone gets fucked over and then the villain wins, and then sure enough, that's what it was. I think all the deaths in this have some really poignant moments. Tony's
Yeah.
how the fuck the guy that survived a shrapnel bomb, his house falling on top of him, and withstood 6 infinity gems long enough to kill every evil fucking thing in the universe, managed to die from a spear in the shoulder. I have no fucking idea. Bizarre.
Yeah, that's true.
But-
That's a good point.
But his little thing where he's like, I really thought we would make it two geniuses, 2 orphans, like we could have changed the world kind of thing. I thought that was good. I thought Killmonger saying to Rhodey, like, oh, you wear the uniform of your oppressors, and Rhodey going, the only way to change systems is being on the inside. I was like, that is so good. That's a great line. And then, T'Challa died, and I was like, that hurts. Like, we just get Chadwick Boseman for a scene and then he shows up just to die. Like,
Yeah.
but then at the end of the episode, we get that really poignant moment in the, the Black Panther astral plane kind of area. And he gives that speech about, you think the only way to like liberate people from oppression is to use more violence and more weapons and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's like you're ending suffering by adding more suffering.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, that stuff is so, it feels like everything Chadwick Boseman says in this series is like him trying to leave some important message for us. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah. Even
It's
the zombie
like-
episode, he was like that.
Yeah, he's like that, death is not the end. They're still with us, even if they aren't, right here next to us, kind of thing. We carry on people's spirits. Very poignant. The Star-Lord episode, he's basically being like, what if we gave
What if?
more than we take? What if? It's not a linear path. It's a prism. I love the intro. I don't know why, but Jeffrey Wright's little and the dun 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 dun. I don't know. It gets me so hyped.
Just every time like someone in What If says What If, it's Jeffrey Wright's voice.
He's like,
We can go here, or what if?
what if?
Time.
And how it's like, how they like always
Space.
show wide shots, and it's like him standing in the background, just looking like ambivalent down at
Yeah.
whatever's going on. It's every time someone says "what if," it just cuts to him in the air, just like, yes, that is what if.
He just sort of says the intro again.
Time.
Time. What's happening? What was that? Space.
It's not a linear path. Anyway, it was I don't know. I think I just got lost in all the Wakanda shit. Like he goes to Wakanda, he's like, I'm your nephew, and they're like, you're the best, and I was like, really, you buy this shit? And then like they send in the Stark. Well, they're not really even Stark Tech. They're government owned by that point. General Ross sends them in, and then they go to war, but Killmonger's controlling the whole war, and then he, becomes the Black Panther, and that's like the end of the episode. And we get Pepper and Shuri teaming up. Whoa, cool! Can't wait. And apparently that's getting continued because there's footage in the trailers. Even in the first trailer, you see Pepper and Shuri together.
Mhm.
So clearly this is being continued in some way. What is there to do? Like, I feel like you kind of this idea that you had was really interesting. I would have
It
much
ended.
preferred. Like Tony Stark in this had a more expected arc than I was hoping, where he realizes that Killmonger's shit and he tries to like take out the bad guy. And I was like, oh, okay. I would have preferred if Tony Stark just went evil. You know what I mean?
Well, he was on that path where he's just like, the cops are law. I want justice.
Yeah, but that Tony Stark still does that in the first
Yeah,
Iron
I
Man.
guess so.
He flies over to Afghanistan and just murders terrorists.
That's a good
It's
point.
not until like the Iron Man 2 prequel comic that he's like, I'm gonna try and not murder everyone. I'll incapacitate, and if murder comes, yeah, I'll do it. I guess that'll happen. Which is pretty much comic book Tony Stark anyway.
I'll stop
but yeah.
taking lives if I have to. Yeah.
I did like the part where he's like, I saw innocent people be killed by the weapons I created to protect them. So now we got to build bigger. We got to build bigger weapons. Like he learned the wrong lesson. He's like, we're going to make bigger missiles. I was just like, oh no.
Yeah, essentially. What do you think of the returning actors voicing the characters?
It's funny, isn't it? Because like the people who are filled in by professional voice actors are clearly better because they're professional voice actors.
They are. Sometimes it works. So like I thought Claw in this episode was great.
Great. Yeah.
He's kind of done voice work before. But then we got Michael B. Jordan, who was good, but at the same time, Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think the Wakanda forever thing is him not actually meaning it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it just felt weird.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to, but I do see what you mean. Like they're giving
because he's American, I guess. Because like usually when you hear Wakanda Forever, it's
got the accent.
Yeah, it's Wakanda Forever kind of thing.
Yeah,
but here
got
it's
the accent.
Wakanda.
That
forever.
was a great impression, by the way, Hunter.
Oh, thank you.
Forever.
Forever. You say the for them.
Oh my god. You sound like the dudes in Cool Runnings. How they were all like American actors, but they're doing Jamaican accents.
Oh no. That's what I mean. Like you've only ever seen Wakanda Forever shouted by people from Wakanda, like Black Panther.
You've only seen Wakanda Forever shit.
But I mean, like they have the strong accent, and then you get the American accent, and you get the strong R at the end. Forever.
Wakanda Forever. Yeah. It doesn't.
That was better if you say it like that with like some attitude, but not Wakanda.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever. Wait for it.
Forever.
Hey man, it's me, Caleb, and it's like fucking Wakanda forever up in this bitch,
Yeah, essentially that's what they sound like.
Doesn't work.
That's what Michael B. Jordan was going for there, I guess. So
you know who's a really good voice actor in this show that is a returning character?
Paul Bettany.
Oh well, yeah, but that's not a hard voice to do, though, is it? Sound like a monotone robot. No, I was gonna say Chadwick Boseman. Like
he's been good.
I haven't questioned him, like his voice whatsoever at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan needs some work.
Yeah, big time. I guess this is the end of the line, pal.
That was a good impression. I bought that.
Thank you.
Yes, this is the end of the line, Cap.
Yeah, it was
just chopped Captain America in half. He's just like, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, we're on our way to find the cure, but this is it.
Can I like briefly bring up the thing that I need from What If now?
Sure.
There was rumors that
I know.
There was a leaked Lego set a while ago of the episode where Tony Stark was going to go up through the wormhole in Avengers 1 carrying the missile. He was going to hit the big, Chitauri ship, but he wasn't going to make it back in time. And then he was likely going to get sucked through the devil's anus and land on Sakaar. It's funny that the devil's anus is in that. Like that's what they call it in that movie.
Yeah.
They can't say, "Oh, fuck a duck," but they're like, "Oh, we're entering the devil's anus." Interesting.
Mhm.
They can show the Hulk's ass, but not okay. Anyway,
forgot they did that.
they show the Hulk's ass in that movie. That's crazy. Anyway, I lost it so bad. I got
You're
transfixed.
talking
with
about the episode league with the
Tony lands on
Sakaar.
Sakaar. He makes
From
friends with
Ragnarok.
the Grandmaster and Korg, and he becomes a gladiator. And apparently, Gamora in the Thanos armor is hunting him. People were saying that has been pushed to season 2, but there was brief moments of the Grandmaster and Korg sucking a pacifier, which means he's probably on Molly or something. In the newest What If trailer. So like, hopefully that episode's in there because I can't have my only Tony Stark episode be the episode where he dies by getting stabbed in the shoulder. I can't do that.
I think it's
As
still
good
is.
as he was, I was like, oh, I need more than whatever that was.
Because
And
as
I
of
get
this
that I'm sorry.
recording, well, I think I'm saying that there should be, because as of this recording, there's 3 left. There's the finale, which is the Guardians of the Multiverse, which is where they're
Correct.
all crossover. We got, and then the 2 other leaks are the Gamora's Thanos hunting Tony and Party Thor.
Yeah,
Which
party
I don't
Thor.
want.
But the thing I'm worried about is like the Party Thor one is like Thor throws a party that like that is felt across the entire universe, and I'm like, what if the footage of the Grandmaster and Korg is from
What
that?
if time?
What if? But you know, that's what I'm worried about. That might just be from the Party Thor episode, and the Sakaar one has been pushed till next season.
Well, do you know the premise of Party Thor?
No,
It's
he
not
lands in Las
Ragnarok.
Vegas or something, right?
Yeah, it's the first Thor movie, but
But if he lands in Las Vegas and parties, but the parties felt across the whole universe, perhaps that leads to them partying on Sakaar. I hope I'm completely fucking wrong.
Because we have the whole Tony and Sakaar concept, which is way better than Thor.
It looks so cool.
party.
He's made a
Yeah.
Hulkbuster out of like random pieces of ships on Sakaar. That is the coolest thing.
Yeah, that I'm actually looking forward to that episode. And Marvel's been announcing the episodes like 2 days before it actually launches. So
Yeah.
we'll find out probably.
I thought
Sunday,
this one
Monday.
was so funny though, because like all of the posters I feel are like, they're concept based. So like it's the zombies one, it's the Dark Doctor Strange one, it's Peggy Carter one, it's the Star-Lord T'Challa, and then this one is just Killmonger arrives, and it's just regular Killmonger, and I'm just like,
yeah, nothing unique.
Okay, that's him, man. Like, there's nothing fancy.
That's a good
about
point.
it.
Yeah, that's a good point. And
The what if is just
it was
you know,
all right.
it's-
Michael B.
alright, yeah,
Jordan,
it's
he
fine.
was good for the most part. I didn't like the Wakanda Forever, but he was good. Josh Brolin as Thanos, I thought he was good. There's some of the dialogue's just weird to hear Thanos say. T'Challa
Yeah.
like showed me a different path. or something.
Yeah. It is very weird.
It's
That
just
being said,
strange
I
dialogue.
as goofy and cheesy as it is, when they went, "You must be insane," and he went, "No, mad." I was like, "Okay, you got me."
Same. that was good.
Like,
The Mad Titan.
alright. That was
Yeah.
very cool. I thought he was
Yeah, in
gonna
the
die
same
there.
way.
before.
I totally thought so as well. Yeah, but I guess they didn't want to show like Marvel's strongest villain go out that fast.
That's
Well,
which is
MCU's
understandable.
strongest villain at least. Until Kang, who could beat everyone because he could just like snap his fingers and your timeline's gone and he's stronger than that.
Actually, it's not Kang, it's Immortus.
It's
Gives a
Kong,
fuck.
the
It's
Conqueror.
Kong.
Okay.
King Kong. What a twist that would be if the villain for Phase 4 is like, I'm guessing Universal owns the rights to King Kong, and it's just regular King Kong.
Yeah, they own the rights.
No,
to
it's
Hulk as
Skull
well.
Island King Kong. It's the really tall one that fought Godzilla. He's just like stomping through Tokyo, and they're like, "How did we not spot him years ago? He's a giant monkey."
He grabs Captain Marvel.
Any
Larson
blonde
is
lady
the-
he can
yeah.
find.
Well, Brie Larson is
God.
in Kong Skull Island. She's like the woman.
Oh,
that,
she
like,
is too.
Yeah,
She is too.
grabs
Oh, so it's
Captain Marvel.
Loki. It all ties together. Tom Hiddleston's in that movie.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson as well.
Man. Well, I'm glad that's not happening.
Yeah,
Does Marvel Does Marvel have an ape villain? Because like
have to.
DC's got
DC's
Mala
broad.
and the Brain, and then
Broad.
Grodd, and I mean Solivar as well. That whole lineage of gorillas. Why? How why did we get stuck on gorilla talk? You know what we
Marvel
are
has
right now.
Got to have.
We're Marvel Comics and DC Comics in the 70s right now, where we just randomly started putting gorillas on covers because it sold comic books.
Marvel Gorilla. Gorilla Man. Oh yeah, he was in the Avengers recently. He's a good guy. He's not a villain. He's
What?
a good guy. Yeah.
I don't know this.
Gorilla Man.
I'm happy to admit that I have no idea who that is.
Kenneth Hale. Kenneth.
Ken.
So
Hi, I'm Gorilla Man. My name's Ken.
super off topic, but have you seen the movie? Never mind. I can't think of the name. Guardians.
Where are you?
It's the Christmas movie.
Oh, the
with,
bear,
like,
the X-Men knockoff kind of one where it's like a
What?
big.
Where it's like Easter Bunny and Santa and Jack.
What?
It's animated. It's a kids movie. It's a Christmas movie. Guardians of something. But Santa's
No,
in it.
I was.
And Jack
I was
Frost
talking,
is the main character.
I was talking about the Russian like Avengers knockoff, the Guardians.
This is
Bear Man.
way more off topic, but I have to say it real quick. I have to say this real quick. Guardians something. Is it just called Guardians? Jack Frost.
The Legends of
Legends of the Guardians. Is that it? Jack Frost.
maybe.
You know he's like young. He wears like the blue hoodie. and
Oh
he's-
yeah, I know this. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Hopefully people listening know too. I watched that movie at 2 a.m. for the first time. This was a while ago. And the villain of that is the Boogeyman, right?
Yeah.
And so the Boogeyman pops up when he first appears. Santa Claus in his Russian accent goes, "Can it be?" And I thought he said, "Kenneth B." So the whole movie, I thought the villain's name was Kenneth B.
Kenneth B. You're a fucking idiot.
To the point that years later I rewatched it and I heard Santa say Kenneth B.
Years
I'm like,
later,
I
you
am an
rewatched
idiot. I thought he was Kenneth B.
That is ridiculous. You are a special kind of simpleton.
So,
that is
Yeah, Gorilla Man's
insane.
name is Kenneth Hale. That gave me flashbacks to Kenneth B.
fucking off to anyway. I don't even remember what we're talking about now.
Gorilla Man.
Okay. I've got a question about what if.
Okay.
I assume there was a time jump in between the party and then Killmonger and Tony working together. But in my mind, Tony Stark cut his beard to have like points this way. And then in the next scene, it was back up to looking like this. Did you notice that? He has like his regular goatee. And then in the party scene, he's chopped off like the triangle.
I noticed
bits
his
that face
hair is
upward.
different though.
His hair was different, but like his bottom goatee, instead, you know how it like curls and goes back up that.
Yeah.
These bits weren't there and it just went straight.
Okay.
And then in the next scene, he was back to having his regular hair and the regular goatee. And I'm like, has there been a time pass, or is this universe's Tony Stark able to just like grow facial hair on command and like make it change on his face? Or are we to believe that Tony Stark doesn't actually grow facial hair and it's a fake beard?
I think they just had like 2 different models for Tony Stark in the animation.
I need a time jump. I need the explanation. It makes no sense.
For the small bit of beard detail.
It matters to me and me only.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Are we talking about what we have been reading?
Wait a second. Just posted on Marvel Studios spoilers trending.
Oh my god, what?
There's a picture of Tom Hardy.
Oh my god.
There he is.
Oh,
Tom
no.
Hardy spotted wearing a Spider-Man No Way Home production hat.
Please let it be true.
Is he
Imagine if he was in No Way Home.
Is he the 6th villain?
Actually, if they were gonna put
There
Tom,
it
if
is,
they were
and then
gonna
you swipe and it's
oh my god.
okay. Tom
If they
Hardy in No Way Home.
But if they were ever going to put him, like, you know, I've already forgot Venom. If they were going to put Venom in the MCU, this is the movie to do it. Oh, you sent me that Lego Wilson Fisk with Vincent D'Onofrio saying, "Very cool, thank you, Hunter. Very cool."
You're welcome. Jeez.
That's my goodness. I hope he's in it.
Yeah, I actually do hope he's in it.
I hope he's in it just because it'd be so absurd.
Oh my god, Venom's gonna be in No Way Home.
This is funny. This is Andy Serkis talking about the runtime. We knew we needed to get Carnage into the story at a certain point and didn't want to linger too long before that happens. Like, fair enough. It's going to happen clearly from the first scene then.
So people are saying Venom is definitely the 6th member. It was rumored that the 6th member comes later in the film. Plus, Sony originally wanted Venom in the Amazing Spider-Man Sinister Six.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Tom Hardy.
Bro, he's gonna step out of a portal with like a lobster in his mouth. It's gonna be glorious.
I can't wait to see this portal open up. And it's like
Can't believe
Electro with
now
like the
we know-
yellow lightning, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, and Tom Hardy like sweating.
That's so bizarre. That is so bizarre. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
There's gonna be carnage.
I don't know. For those who didn't see my little post that I did on it, I just spent the last 3 weeks reading. Oh, I guess it'd probably be 4 now. I just read a lot. I haven't read this many comic books in like since 2016, probably.
Wow.
I read like
You want a big binge then?
I read Iron Man from like, what would it be? Like 19. Oh God. I'll just do like the run. I read Len Kaminsky's Iron Man. So I was reading from like issue 270 up to like issue 320 or something. And then I read Joe Quesada's Iron Man as well. And then I read every book that War Machine has been in with like his name in the title, or an Iron Man book with War Machine. And I read the Flash book 8 as well after we spoke to Mark Waid. I was like, yeah, I'll read Dark Flash again. Fuck yeah. And there was a couple like random like specials in there that I hadn't read either. And so what else? I read Secret War, the 2004 one.
Not bad, eh?
It's very good.
I like
It's
the
really
team
good.
a lot.
I like the team a lot. I kind of wish it was almost 2 books where we got to like the first book is the aftermath, like how it is in the story, and then the second book is like what actually happened on their mission, on their secret wars. Like we see it in flashback,
Mhm.
but it's only for like a couple pages. I would have liked to like see the actual thing, like see them all react when Fury is just like toast this bitch, and and fucking Quake brings the place down, because like that was so cool.
Yeah, so for those listening, this is Secret War, not Secret Wars. It's based on a true story, actually.
Yeah, it's Brian Michael Bendis knew someone in the CIA apparently, and like a lot of the stuff in this is clearly based off of real life CIA stuff. So clearly I think, sending a team into a foreign country to assassinate the leader, that's clearly like legitimate, you know what I mean?
That
has
actually
to be
happened,
part of
yeah.
it.
And instead of having like soldiers do it, Brian Michael Bendis just wrote a comic book where it's Captain America, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Wolverine, Quake,
Luke Cage.
Yeah. I like the
That's
at the
it.
beginning when they're on a plane and they're just all like, "Wait, you're here?
City-
You're
Yeah,
here?"
yeah, yeah. I thought it was so funny that like Peter walks in and he's just like, man, first class. I get to be in first class. And then he looks and he's like, Matt Murdock? And Matt's like clearly knowing that Peter's been coming for a mile is just like, Peter Parker. And then Peter's like, is that Luke Cage behind us? And Matt's just like, it is.
He's like,
it's
"Oh,
so
this
good.
isn't like a first class thing, is it?"
Yeah, this
Like this is like a superhero thing, is it?
Yep.
And
It's so
Wolverine
fun.
comes out of the bathroom. He's like, "Hey, bub." It's like, "Oh,
He's
no."
such an asshole. How does he get drunk? I thought Wolverine can't get drunk, but maybe I'm wrong about that.
Pretty sure he can.
Oh, there you go. I thought he couldn't. There you go.
Yeah.
Mate, clearly I don't know my Wolverine.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I thought you were the first in line to get the Wolverine game. Actually, we'll be in line for that. I'm very excited.
Oh man, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
guys cover that last week as well?
Yeah, we did, but
Did you cover who Venom is being fucking voiced by though?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, did you? Fuck.
Mhm. Candyman,
Wow.
Candyman.
Tony Todd. I'll split you from groin to gullet with my hook for a hand.
Did you see the new Candyman? No, you're in
haven't
lockdown.
yet.
Never mind.
Yeah,
good. I
Exactly.
like it.
Well, look, I was really excited for it, and then I heard like, oh my god, am I gonna have to say spoilers for Candyman?
No, maybe we should talk about this when we're not recording.
Fuck. I heard some things, not about like the plot or the social commentary or anything like that. I don't have a problem with them dealing with like that kind of stuff. It was more about the involvement of someone in the movie.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I'll talk after.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
And I was like, that's bizarre. Like,
Mhm,
and
it
then,
is.
you know,
It is. Okay.
yeah. It's
Anything
very
else?
cool, though.
We could kind of wrap up here too.
Yeah, we can wrap up here. Yeah. I don't
Um,
really have anything else to talk about except for, the fact that I just binged the most amount of fucking Iron Man and now I've got nothing left. Yeah,
Well, if you have any Iron Man questions, you could DM me and I could ask Harper.
you can DM me in a couple months when I'm eventually back.
Yeah, he'll return.
People
Comic
thought
read.
that was very out of nowhere. I had that post like written and planned since what month are we in? September?
Mhm.
Probably since like July.
Jeez.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, Demon in a Bottle is missing, but
Yeah, it's currently missing.
Angel in a Bottle will be appearing soon.
Yeah, sure. I couldn't believe like when I did it, I had like 70 people like unfollow immediately. And I was like, yeah, I totally get that.
Mhm.
And then it just stopped. And I'm like, what are these people waiting around for? I said goodbye. Like if I come
Because you'll be back. Because you will be
yeah,
back.
I won't be writing though. I'll just probably be like, oh my God, I read this issue. How cool's this one panel?
Look, it's Iron
That'll be
Man.
it. Yeah, that is exactly what it'll be.
Look,
But yeah.
he's doing a thing. He's punching the bad
Do you
guy.
think- I was talking to someone about Len Kaminsky's Iron Man, right? So the leading up to issue 300 is Tony Stark building the modular armor because he spends like 10 issues using a remote armor, right? Like he's not in the suit; it's a robot that he just pilots through like VR pretty much because he's still learning how to walk again.
Of course.
Of course, because he got his body got fucked over and he died. He did die. Technically, he did die. He got brought back to life, and Rhodey got pissed at him. Doctor Doom toasted to his death. It was very cool.
Okay.
And in the lead up to that, they're like fighting Ultimo. Tony builds that armor. They defeat Ultimo, obviously, and then like all the issues after that are like not event, but they're like every single issue is another big character showing up and they either fight or they fight together. Like, I mean, Deathlock isn't that big of a character, but like Deathlock shows up and he was in War Machine at the same time. So it was like, oh, that's cool. And then there's an issue that it is one of my favorite Iron Man issues of all time. And it's Tony, still learning how to walk. He's got a cane and everything. Venom attacks Stark Enterprises and he's hunting down Tony Stark because he thinks he's an asshole. And you get like some inner monologue where Eddie Brooks sounds like a fucking psychopath, but anyway. And he's hunting Tony Stark down at like the top of the building. And it's like a horror movie where Tony's like locking down doors and going down elevators and trying to escape Venom just so he can get down to the lower level and get to his armor.
That's
And
kind of
it's
cool.
like, he locks doors behind him and Venom starts tearing through. And Tony's like, if I don't get to my armor, this dude is going to absolutely eviscerate me. It's very, very cool.
That sounds like
yeah.
intense.
Who else shows up? Yeah, that's why it's not really like horror in tone, but it felt like a horror-y kind of story. You know what I mean?
Like if that was like live action or something, that was a movie, you'd be like edge of your seat. Like, oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Go. It's like those video games, those horror video games where you're running, you turn around, he's right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah. So you went from Deathlock to Venom. The new Warriors showed up, and the new Warriors started acting like assholes. Then you'll love this. Thunderstrike showed up, and they butted heads for a bit there. And then the issue after that is Hulk showing up, and Tony building the Hulkbuster and fighting him. And then after that, it's finally like that's it. But it's a whole
like a gauntlet.
It's a 6 issues like story where it's just all about all these characters showing up and Tony being like, oh my fucking God, how am I going to deal with this? The Hulk one is so good too, because it's at the point where Bruce Banner is the Hulk, but he's intelligent. And so Tony builds the Hulkbuster. This is the first appearance of the Hulkbuster. And they start fighting and Tony's just like, why can't we just like talk about this? And they're beating the shit out of each other. And Hulk goes, okay. And Tony's fighting. He's like, why won't you? Wait, what did you say? And the Hulk went, okay, yeah, we can talk about this. Like, I didn't want to fight you, man. I was just going to have a discussion. And Tony's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because he spends the whole issue just like, Hulk's going to lose it. He's going to like come in here. He's just going to crush shit. And then at the end, Hulk's just like, nah, man, I was just going to have a dialogue with you and like, see how to handle this.
You punched me.
Yeah, you literally struck me first. And then after that, it is, it all leads into the Hands of the Mandarin crossover, which is a good ass crossover. It's War Machine, Force Works, and Iron Man, and it's a 6-part series with the Mandarin. It's Mandarin getting, he gets the rings, but he gets the alien hands, the dragon alien hands, and the Heart of Darkness, the orb, and he's trying to turn basically the entire world back to how it was in like the, the 14th kind of century.
The Dark Ages.
That's exactly it.
Snyder Cut. Yeah, I've seen the Snyder Cut.
It's also the story where the Mandarin finds out that Tony Stark is Iron Man. Which is very cool. And he's just like, I fucking knew it. And it calls back to a lot of shit. Oh, man. I just remembered. Sorry. At the end of that arc, So Rhodey in the War Machine series, which was happening at the same time, which I also read, he went over to this country called Emia, and they were having a civil war, and the leader for that was like Hitler. And so Rhodey's like, yeah, like he was awful, like human rights, like atrocity committing prick, like just awful.
Okay.
And so he abducted this friend of Rhodey's who was like this, this speaker, this humanitarian guy. And so Rhodey goes over there and pretty much joins up with the resistance in that country and leads a civil war, which is all sorts of like illegal. He like just goes over there and he's like shooting the soldiers in this foreign country. It's like a United Nations nightmare. And his suit gets really fucked up. And so he's still angry at Tony at this point because Tony lied to him about, I'm going to try this risky procedure where I'm going to die and they're going to try and restart me. Is that a fucking bug fly in front of the camera? Go away. So Rhodey's still pissed at him at that. And the last interaction they had was Tony being like, hate me all you want, but please take the War Machine armor and be like a better superhero than
you've told me about this, I feel.
Yeah.
Or
And
you,
so
you posted something on this.
I think I might have posted some, I think.
Yeah.
And he goes off and he's War Machine by himself, and then Tony like slowly becomes Iron Man again. And then Rhodey tries to contact to be like, hey, I need the specs for the suit because I need to do repairs to it. And Tony's just like, you haven't fucking spoken to me in like a year and you come crawling back for my specs. And he's like, you know what, Rhodey, you can have the specs over my dead body. And Rhodey's just like, okay. And then the next 2 issues is a War Machine Iron Man crossover where they just beat the shit out of each other. And then right at the end, and this has been building for 2 years, them being like viciously pissed off at each other. Yeah. It's very much like the Denny O'Neil thing where like Rhodey becomes Iron Man, and then as Tony's slowly coming back, Rhodey's like furious with him. They finally see eye to eye because Bethany Cabe like EMPs their armor, so they're just frozen there, and they're both just like, man, we've been great assholes. Like, I'm so sorry for this. And then as they're like apologizing to each other, the Mandarin appears behind them with like the Heart of Darkness. And he's like, this is way easier than I thought it was going to be. And then it immediately goes into that crossover where the Mandarin has abducted.
Oh, so it's like,
so it's actually more like 8 issues, and it's fucking awesome.
That actually sounds really good.
It's so cool, man.
I like when stories flow together well. Like,
and do you know what happens? The end of that run, like, there's a couple more stories that are actually very good. Like there's a Black Widow team up that I really like because Tony and Black Widow get a little bit romantic, and I actually like it a lot. Ooh. There's Tony going microscopic inside of Steve's bloodstream to like stop him from like accelerated aging and losing the super soldier serum. That's cool. And then it all ends on 318, and then 319 is a new rider, and it's the beginning of the crossing. So like the crossing, for those who don't know, is the one where Tony Stark was revealed to be evil because Kang, aka Mortis, went back and made Tony Stark evil. So
classic.
It literally is the last good Iron Man series before they fucked up everything so bad with the crossing that then they rebooted the series, and that's the 1998 one. So yeah, that's good. Anyway, that was my
a good kind of recap.
See in 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess thanks for listening, everyone. Welcome back, Harper. Will we see you next week?
Yeah, next week. Next week and the week after. And then I'll be gone for 6 weeks.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us for this week and next week. Hopefully JD's back from Australia next week, and then he can record. I guess he can record with you, but
I wish I could. Oh, that'd be weird, wouldn't it? A JD and I episode. That'd be a shit.
He's just sitting on your bed there.
It'd just be us yelling at each other. That'd be so funny. It's so good.
You just people listening on audio just hear like fighting.
The other day he went, "I miss your voice, man," and I was like, "Oh, it's very sweet."
It's very kind.
Tell
me
what else you miss, JD. Oh god,
poor guy in lockdown going crazy.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, you guys both are like,
oh, I also bought a 9.6 copy of the first issue of War Machine for like $150.
That's not bad. That's not a bad price.
It's fucking excellent.
Has it arrived yet?
No, it's coming from. It'll probably actually be here in a week and a half, probably. They don't take that long. Although I've been looking, I'm going to take the camera for a little journey. I've been looking at these recently, right?
Mhm.
And just how much, like, especially Demon in a Bottle, how much that is now to get a copy like that. And then Rhodey becoming Iron Man, how much that issue
Well, that's
is, and how
gonna go crazy once
it's
Armor Wars
gonna
comes out.
skyrocket, man. So I'm very glad I picked them up when I did for the price that I did.
Maybe try to get
then
another
I've-
one.
Then I got Abattoir, man. Woo.
Yeah, I got on the floor. I got Sin's Past retcon.
Hey, that's actually pretty good.
Just out on the floor there. I got my comics over there. I got First Appearance Black Manta, She-Hulk, Gore, first crossover Spider-Man Daredevil. I have my Sonic and
Nice.
Shadow picture here that the president has in Shock, covering a dent in the wall from moving my room.
Why is
around.
one of those? Why are the two top CGC frames so fucked?
Oh, because when JD was hammering, it made my wall kind of shake.
Fuck off! That was way too quick. I don't like you. What's interesting about you, Hunter, is you play the part of the guy who doesn't know anything. Like, you act like a dude with a low IQ, but you are very quick and intelligent, and it annoys me. Because there are times where
Thank
I'll call you out on something, like you've made a mistake, and I'll call you out, and within like 2 seconds you have like the perfect like comeback, and then you just go, anyway, moving on here, like, and you shoot the comeback, you don't wait for any response, and you just move on, and I'm like, that motherfucker weaseled his way out of it again.
Is that a compliment?
I think it is. People don't realize how like sarcastic you actually are. Like, a lot of
I
the
don't
time
mean
you're
to
being-
be.
Yeah, I disagree. I think a lot of the time you people think you're being genuine, and you're just like privately taking the piss.
You're not the first who's told me that.
Oh,
Actually,
you definitely.
I don't wait for a response. I guess I've been told that, like, I have like a comeback and then I walk away.
Yeah, you do. Although I feel like I don't do that as much as I'll send a message that I know is going to annoy someone, and then I just kind of sit back and wait because I'm excited for what the response is going to be. I do that in group chats a lot. I mean, I do it one-on-one with people I don't really know, but I do that a lot where I send a message and I'm like, how's this going to go?
Yeah,
Generally not well.
Yeah, sometimes not well. Hey, take it easy, man. Sometimes it's not well. But sometimes it's funny.
Gets a
yeah.
little bit out of hand, but fuck, it's funny.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this episode number that I forgot to name out, but it's in the title probably.
It's been so
It's
long.
in the
I have
title.
no
Yeah, you
idea.
know we're in the 300s now, Harper.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Leave me alone.
So yeah,
60 something, 160 something,
something like that.
50.
Harper will be back next week, probably. JD,
Yeah, no.
maybe. And then I don't know what we're talking about next week, but the week after that, let there be carnage.
We'll be talking about What If, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll probably be talking about what if again. May as well.
Have we talked about What If like in depth?
We just did.
We talked about one episode.
We talked about
Leave
the
me
whole series. We
alone.
were talking about T'Challa and
We talked. We didn't mention the Hank Pym kills the entire Avengers at all.
that was good. The Hulk
It
thing
was,
made me
yeah.
uncomfy.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Yeah,
I was
like,
just really
ugh.
happy to see Hank Pym as Yellow Jacket, man. I was like, yeah, they did it. Woo!
Yeah, I like that too. We'll probably talk more like fully in depth when the series ends.
Yeah.
Which is also Venom Let There Be Carnage week, I think.
Oh, for fuck's sake, shut
Oh
up.
no, it's a week after that.
It's a week after, yeah.
Okay, never mind.
No, it is a week after.
Well, we'll talk in depth eventually.
We might be talking Party Thor and Venom on the same week.
And that's it for this episode of the Hero Story. JD, do the outro. Join
Imagine if they started hammering. God.
Rate, subscribe. Bye.
Boo!